Project Management Insights, providing project managers with professional development in the interpersonal skills areas of leadership, team building, and communication. Today I want to talk to you about the 7 skills of a strong leader. The 7 skills that I'm going to talk about are ask questions, listen, want to know, want to learn, be open to change and different ways of doing things, be clear with your communication, and treat others as humans with an intelligent mind. So when I say ask questions, what do I mean? Asking questions shows that you're open to wanting to learn more about what the team are doing. Asking questions also shows that you're interested in how the project is evolving. So here's some ways that you can ask these questions. Ask what they're working on. Do it in a way that shows interest and is not probing or wanting to know the detail. You could say, "Tell me about what you're working on." Ask what their current challenges are. This lets them tell you about how things are going for them and the places they're struggling. You could ask, "How are things going? What challenges have you got with what you're doing at the moment?" Ask what you can do to make their job easier. This is a simple question, and you may be surprised by the response that you receive. You could ask, "What can I do to make your job easier today?" Ask how you can help them. This is a little different to what you can do to make their job easier. It shows that you want to help them as much as possible on the road to successful delivery. So you could ask, "Is there anything I can do to help you at the moment?" The second skill of a strong leader is to listen. Listening is a key skill. Often we think we're listening when we aren't. So, do you really listen when one of your project team talks? What does really listening look like? It's all about focusing 100% on what the other person is saying. Don't let your mind wander to the next meeting you have, or the emails you should have written, or the problem that's arisen. Be there, focused on the person who is speaking. You may be surprised at what you hear, and you may also be surprised at what you learn. Listening fully is a skill that needs practice, as it's not something that we learn or not something that we usually do very well. Practicing being present is something that you could slot into your day and see how different it feels if you do. The third skill is want to know. Do you really want to know what's happening with the team and the project? It's fine to say you're the project manager and in charge of the overall project delivery. It's another to want to know what's happening and how you can assist or support each team member in the best possible way. If you are seen as a leader who wants to know, the team will trust you. When they trust you, they will tell you when things are not going to plan. And this will mean that you have a better chance of managing any issues that arise as soon as they surface, rather than for them to become a risk and causing your project to go off the rails. So be that person that is seen as wanting to know. The next skill is want to learn. Now be open to learning from your team. Put away your "I know" mind. Your team have skills and abilities that you don't. Learn from them. This worked for me with IT systems and systems security. I was open to learning. I gained more and more knowledge by asking questions and wanting to know how things worked. I asked the architects. I asked the developers. I asked the database administrators. This meant that on other projects, in new projects moving forward that I was working on, if someone said something or said that they needed something to be done in a certain way, I got to the point of questioning them. I'd gained enough knowledge to know that what they were telling me didn't feel or seem true. I understood that there was another much easier way to do what they were talking about, and that this person perhaps didn't know that that was the case. And so by questioning them, I was able to revalidate what they're thinking and come up with a smarter and easier way of doing the particular task they learned, and my project ended up cutting time off the project delivery. So be open to learning. By learning, you get to test within your own self if things feel right or not. And if things don't feel right to you, you can then question and find out more. But you can only do this by learning, being more willing to learn. The next skill that it's valuable to have is being open to change and different ways of doing things. The very best way to engage a team is to ask them for their ideas and opinions on how things could be done. For this, you need to be open to change and different ways of doing things. One of the ways to be a leader in this aspect is to get a group of team members together in a room with a whiteboard. Pose the problem that needs solving and let the team brainstorm or work through how they would resolve the issue or solve the problem. This is one of the best ways to have team members feel acknowledged and appreciated for the skills and knowledge that they have and that they bring to the team. This creates more collaboration, more openness, more trust, and stronger team cohesion, and has you seen as a strong leader. Be clear with your communication. The clearer you are in all of your communication, the easier it is for everyone to understand what you are wanting or expecting. Being clear can sometimes seem as though you're being very direct, and that's okay. If I say to you, do you think you'll be able to get that testing work completed by the end of the week? That's not telling you what I want or need. Whereas if I was to say, my project schedule has the testing work completed at the end of the week, will you be able to meet this deadline? Notice the difference? The first question is passive-aggressive and not direct. And the second question is clearer and lets you know that what I'm wanting, and it opens the way if you come back and say no, for me to ask how I can help you or what you need in order to deliver by the date. Transparency is also a way of being clear. Don't hide things that are happening on the project. The best way to be clear is to be honest. Honesty is part of creating a trusting environment, and it's really, really valuable again for creating that openness in a team that means that everyone's working together on the same page and not against each other. And I guess the last skill of being a strong leader is treating each other, the other people in the team, as humans with an intelligent mind. Treating each and every individual with respect is very important. Each team member is an individual, a human with a past, a story, a life, a set of skills and knowledge. And they also have their own level of intelligence. If you can understand and tap into their strengths and work with those, you'll get the best that you possibly can from the team overall and each team member, everyone working in it. Just because someone doesn't speak the same language as you doesn't mean they don't understand or are not able to understand. This applies not only to your direct team members, but also to those in the broader context of your project sponsor, your project control board members, your subject matter experts from the business, external vendors, any other stakeholders who will interact with you during the life of your project. Treat each and every one of them as intelligent beings who have something to teach you and something that they can explain to you, show you, help you with. And if you do that, you're going to meet them in a place that has stronger respect. They'll see you as a leader and you will all evolve and develop into working as a cohesive team for the benefit of your project. It can only mean successful project delivery after all. So try out these 7 skills of a strong leader. Which ones are you good at? Which ones do you need to focus on improving more? You're probably okay at all of them. Could you get better? And what would it need for you to be better at each of these 7 skills? Have a play and let me know how you're going. Till next week. Thank you for listening to this Project Management Insights podcast. Be sure to visit projectmanagementinsight.com and sign up for our monthly newsletter or to receive updates on upcoming training.